What's going on, everyone? Vampyr Gaming here. This is going to be like super quick. I'm about to head to Japan, which is going to be a good time. Just kind of wanted to run through a quick market watch here as we're heading out. Also, quick call out as terms of One Piece Day items. I don't think they're a buy right now just because they're not on here. They're not on TCGPlayer. And you remember when everybody bought the Nats Luffy for $100? Then it hits TCGPlayer and it's $15. Everybody in that venue got one, possibly two bags, and there was thousands upon thousands of people. And to my understanding, they were leftover bags. So be incredibly careful with how you spend your money. I know a lot of international people are throwing some crazy money around, but I think it's best to wait on those. Don't get FOMO. Don't jump into those. But yeah, so we got Sanji, $30. This card is, of course, a blue-purple Luffy card, kind of making his way down. A lot of speculation around Giant being banned. Same thing here. He peaked around 85, made his way back down to 60, 70. And you got Bagua. Thunder Bagua is a very important card. I bought a couple of these not too long ago for like 50 cents each. Now it's about 350. It's being used as ramp in both blue purple Luffy and in green purple Luffy. Giant, of course, speculation to be banned, but if this card isn't, I could see it going up. So I went ahead and got a playset just in case because I didn't even own one. So then, of course, there's always the Gecko Moria conversation. Gecko Moria tends to become a little bit cheaper around a ban time. You see here there was sales around $60. He's sitting around 45, 45, 46. So he's creeping down a little bit. And then, of course, Doflamingo being speculated as being banned as well. You just see a giant cliff here just over time on the value of the Gecko SP, which could be a great opportunity to pick one of these up if you're interested in this card. Especially if, for some reason, Dofi doesn't get hit. This could be crazy again, but at $50 in SP, it's very nice. Then, of course, there's Mr. 2. Bon Clay. Bon Clay is a really good card. It's a big ramp card in blue-purple Luffy. We also know that there's PRBO2, so there's like a little bit of speculation of what may not be reprinted. So we never really know, but it's still holding strong at $40. But he was 50, 60 earlier, so kind of coming down. Again, these bans it is potentially great times to pick up cards. Once March 16th comes around and we all know what's going to happen, cards are going to have a lot of movement very quickly. A lot of sales orders are probably going to be canceled. Just another really great thing to keep your eye on. And of course, we have Jinbei. You know, he was $10, $15-ish. He wasn't really like 15, but he was like 12, and he's made his way all the way back down to 6. Of course, being a key card, a lot of people speculate if there was a card to be hit, it might be this Jinbei, it might be Law. I think those are the most talked about cards in Doflamingo in terms of any kind of limitations on the deck. And then, of course, we have One-Legged Soldier. So this card is incredibly expensive. It's continually just risen up. We're going to talk about Premium Reprint Booster as well. So the cool thing about this is there have been blisters hitting the stores. So there is a, quote, reprint. There is new supply hitting the market, which is great. I think it's going to help out a little bit on these prices because as people, of course, buy their blisters, they get their pulls, they're going to want to sell them, which helps a little bit because there isn't the craziest amount of demand just because of the prices here. As you can see, like sales are farther and fewer in between. So hopefully that helps some of these cards go down, but this is, of course, one of the hottest cards from that set. And then, of course, we also see like Red Rock. You know, again, you kind of see these cards kind of peaked out, going down a little bit. Interest kind of moving away from PRB. It was very hot set. A lot of eyes on it for a moment. And now, of course, we have these reprints coming in. We've got this restock. You know, it was at everybody's Targets, everybody's Walmarts. We're seeing tons of blisters. So, and it's slowly making its way back down. So it's a great time to kind of keep an eye on some things you wanted. Same thing with like Gold Dawn. I've seen a lot more people pull the Gold Dawn. And then so you've got here, you know, again, these sales are far and few between, sitting at like $90. Same here with like Magellan, sales far and few between, but great time to keep your eye on because as people pull these cards, they are going to want to sell them. Then we have Flambe. Blue Yellow Nami's coming up. Unlikely to be hit. But black, yellow Luffy, I think, is one of the number one things people want to get hit. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here with Vampyr, but this is one of the cards I'm kind of watching. If not, again, if one leader gets favored instantly, I think we see like huge drastic spikes. So these are all cards to kind of keep on your radar as we go into the next set and into the ban list. Because OP10 is right around the corner. We got ST21 hitting the market as well. Those coming out this Friday. We've got Eustace Captain Kidd. Again, I think this card is incredibly good. I really like this leader. Or this card. I've been mentioning him since he was like $1. Smoker is, I think, a very underrated leader overall. And we kind of see that a couple instances in Asia. And I think he can do a lot of work. That and both green, yellow, Trafalgar Law, especially if any bans kind of take away bad matchups. Those both could have a huge opportunity to shine. I think Kidd is a card in both of those decks and is really good. And of course, so another thing is, if you really take a close look, you'll see a couple of Gecko moria seeing success. If something comes up, this could be like, Smoker and Gecko are like the lesser known like black leaders, because Lucci has like just the best cards overall, and he has the strongest Gecko moria because you can play with 5 characters. So Gecko is just kind of like, he was a really cheap at one point in terms of like his leader cost. He was like $18 or something, and he slowly just creeped his way back up, which you really just like to see overall, which is cool. But there's something to kind of keep your eyes on, because he is one of those cheaper leaders, and he is good overall. I mean, he's just another flavor. That wraps it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you all in the next one.